everyone, welcome back to another advanced lesson. Today we're covering the major sixth chords, and hopefully, if you've been following along, this is a little bit more interesting than some of the other ones. I think mainly because I just love the sixth chords. So we're just going to jump right into this. Again, just tag along. Hopefully you have this book. I would definitely get this book if I were you. So we're going to start off with the first few are just some open forms, and you'll see how all this fits together as we go. Okay, so the first one's going to be a B6, and it's going to look like this right here. Okay, so that's a B6, and you're going to see how, as we go along, you'll see where this comes from. Okay, just kind of have to bear with me on this first part of it. Okay, then the second open form is this B flat 6. Okay. I'll put some diagrams up on these. Okay, and then the last, we got a couple more. Then the next one is a E6. I'm also going to show some examples towards the end of this too. I just don't want to get too sidetracked at first. Okay, then we have this F6. Okay, so those are the open forms. Okay, so then we start with the closed forms, and again we're going to do like we did all the other ones. If you've been following this, we're just going to go around the circle of fourths. So we're starting at C. So this is the first one. And again, this just basically looks like an A minor. There's an A minor, you just have your pinky. And this is cool because you'll see how this can fit like with, say, like an A minor shape. Okay. So that's the first one. This next one is a real tough one, okay? So you'll have to work on this. Maybe you'll have better luck than I did, but the trick to this one is to get these two fingers in place. And you just have to kind of roll your hand back and do this up. So this can be a real tough one. Sometimes it can still give me a problem. But what's cool about it is, watch this. If you do this, watch if I just slide fingers 1 and 2 forward. See that? Get a nice diminished, C sharp diminished. Okay, so that's really nice. Okay, so here's the other thing about this that's cool too. Look at this. So what if I take the other fingers and move them down? See, that's cool too. I love that. Okay, so kind of have that option. Okay, so that's kind of neat. Okay, so, and then the last one is this shape here. This is one of my favorite shapes, and I'll show you, how this one gets used a lot. So very important to know these. And lots of uses. Okay, so that's G. So now we're going to go around our circle of fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one is going to be this F. Now you can see where this one's coming from now, because when we did this C up here, now if I just take this and slide it down, see, there's that shape, okay? But we're doing it with these fingers here. Okay, so you got that? And then you can even go up here if you want to. Okay. So, now here's our B flat, and this is that first open form. Again, you can kind of do this kind of thing. So B flat, and we have this one here. Then all the way up here. Oops. Whoa, wait a minute here. What happened? What did I do wrong here? Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so we have that. Must be old age. I've been having moments like that lately. Okay, so we got the B flat. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to the E flat. Okay, here we go. There's E flat. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat. You'll see that once you get these down, they're pretty easy to remember. That's why this method is so important. I mean, you'll find as you start accumulating more and more information, it becomes harder to remember like a lot of this stuff. I mean, it's like, boy, if I just remember half the stuff I used to be able to play. So this, again, like I've said in earlier lessons, this just kind of helps you categorize, you know, all the chords that you know. Sometimes I'll get rusty on some of these, but I'll come back to my book. Takes me like a few minutes to go through the sequence, and then I'm good to go again. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the D flat. So we have this here. Oops. Okay, kind of following my book to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, then we have G flat. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to go to the B6 now. We got to go way up here for this. E6. Ooh, what did I do there? Oops. I'll show you how I practice these things too when I get done. Okay, then we got A6. It'll be here. Now we're on to the D6. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to our G6. And now back to home. Here's our C. So like the way I like to practice is I'll do something like, you know, you probably want to get pretty good at playing these. You know, especially trying to get to this one here. This is always a challenge. But like, sometimes I'll just play it like this. I'll just like get the metronome out. And I'll just do something like this. Makes it a little bit more musical, a little bit more fun. And I'll just kind of do that as I cycle through the chords. Okay, so I know that was pretty fast, but I'm considering this is kind of a more advanced. So like I said, once you get these shapes, just you have to put some time into it, just practice them, and you won't regret it, because there's some cool stuff coming up with these that you're going to really, really love. And maybe looks like my video is not running too long so far, I'll give you some sneak previews, but some really cool stuff in here. So so then some examples, like this one, like I said, I use that a lot. Like, say for example, if you ever plan to move west, take my 6. Another one is there's a Beatles tune that uses a lot of 6th chords. What's it called? No Reply. Happened once before. No reply. And then it goes, all goes here. Okay, another one actually, speaking of the Beatles, I was just watching this just a couple days ago. Sun King has this E6 in here. I can't remember exactly how it goes now. Oops. Okay. That's not how it goes. I mean, it's something like that. Okay, I guess like you'd have to like really if you want to learn it, but it has that it goes to that, that 6th chord in there. So that's. So that's kind of a cool thing to do, and then also songs like if you watch like I think Heartaches by the Numbers, another video I did, watch that one because I think I did some stuff on there as far as the 6th chords. I'll just give you kind of a cool thing that I do, like say if you're doing heartache number 1 was when you left me. I never knew that I hurt this way. See, so the other thing you could do is you could take a. So here's this. Actually, this is another 6th chord that they didn't cover, but this is just kind of your basic stock 6th chord. Now you have to be careful because if you have the 7th in here, it ends up being like a 13th. Okay, but without this 7th, you've got a G6. Now, if you do it this way, you can always drop this down. And again, I'm not going to get into that today, but if you look at this as a G6, if you look at these notes here based on a G, you'll see it ends up making like a 9th chord, okay? But here's the cool thing about these 6 chords, okay? Look at this. Here's a D minor. See that 6th chord right there? So you've got that, and if you go down here, now you've got this D minor. So say you're here. Okay, so lots of cool uses for that. Okay, so that's the 6th chords. Like I said, practice those, go all the way through them, because the next video is gonna be the inversions. And again, if you haven't reviewed all your inversions of just your basic form triads, go back and do that. Okay, that's like so very important. And I'm just saying that just because I'm finding that out myself. I've known them for years, and just like I never really uh, was able to put them to use. And so, I'm like everybody else. It's like, we're all musicians, and I'm like, I love to learn. I'm always learning something new, so I'm always studying, learning from guys that are like a gazillion times better than me. And it's like, they're all basically, saying exactly what I'm saying. You got to know all your triads, and this book is a great way to start. And like a lot of times when I'm watching the lessons, I always think to myself, I would be so lost. I mean, even though they're good instructors, some of these instructors out here are just amazing. But even they're so very good, I always think if I did not know what I know in this book, I would be so lost. And so many times when that subject comes up, you already know the material, and so that's the good thing about this book, and why I encourage people to learn how to do this. Even though it's kind of grueling at times, but it's kind of a mindless thing if you just sit down, get your cup of coffee in the morning, and cycle through your chords. It's kind of like a no-brainer, So that kind of takes, it takes a lot of the hard work out of it. I mean, I shouldn't say it's a total no-brainer, because you really need to pay attention to where these chord forms and what inversion you're playing and whatnot, But once you've done it a few times, then you've got it, okay? And then it's yours to use forever. And that's what's so cool about this, and you won't forget it. Okay, so anyways, enough blabbing on my end. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. Please subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll have a few more videos coming up here next. Okay, thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.